Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 8th edition of NCW, also known as New Comics Wednesday. If you haven't been with us before, every Wednesday we chat for a few minutes about our newest releases. So, where do you get these new releases, you ask? You can check them out on our website. They'll always be on the homepage on the top feature. You can press comics and then new releases, and it will get you there. You can also read them on Comixology, as well as picking them up at your local brick and mortar shop. We love supporting all of our comic book partners. And if you want to see any of the past interviews or you're trying to find the past treasure hunt squares, you can check out our old interviews. They all live on YouTube, and there's a playlist called New Comic Wednesday, aka NCW. I love seeing all you guys when you join. Welcome. Hello, friends. So today we'll be chatting about Robin Hood Voodoo Dawn, which I know you guys are all very excited about because we've already read Mystere's Voodoo Dawn. And yes, there is a connection. I won't dive super right into it because you have to read the story, obviously, but it's $5.99. You can check it out in our store, again, like I mentioned. So before we dive into Voodoo Dawn, however, I have to unveil a new square. And I know there's been a couple of questions about this because I was reading the VIP page beforehand, and I was reading Rob's question. And yes, so if you get a new treasure hunt, like scratch off, you can use the old ones because each one technically has like one winning scratch off prize. So, and they were printed at all the exact time. So you can take the scratch off, you can re-scratch it from beforehand, just, FYI. But today's winning unveiling square is D1, D as in Dawn, and 1 in the number of voodoo dolls we have of Ralph. And I meant to grab the voodoo doll from the stage, and now I can't leave because I'm the only one here of Ralph, so we could laugh about it. But I left it on the stage, so I apologize. But as always, I'll be sharing some fun facts since I already shared fun facts about the voodoo religion like a couple weeks ago when we went over Mystere. I'll just be sharing fun facts about voodoo dolls. So, contrary to popular belief, voodoo is actually used, the dolls are supposed to be used for healing instead of ruining people's lives, which is, I know, what everybody does here. Everybody has a voodoo doll. Again, there's that Ralph voodoo doll, which I don't really know the backstory of. So if anybody knows it, please write that in the comments so I can find out why there's a Ralph voodoo doll. I just found out the backstory about Ralph's robot by watching all of Comic Company, and it was weird. Okay. Anyway, so more fun facts. There is no official text for the voodoo religion, such as the Bible is for Christians. It's all passed down orally, and it's all explained by word of mouth. Much like explained in Mystere's stories, there are 2 worlds that the religion believes in. Visible, which is the one that we're all here, that you can see people, and the invisible, which are the deceased who are still among us in spirit form. So, yep. Those are all the fun facts of the day. Again, if somebody could tell me this voodoo doll story for Ralph, that would be really helpful. I'll ask him, but Ralph is long-winded when he shares the story. So anyway, I'll just dive right into the comics. So again, Treasure Hunt Square on the bottom, D1, if you're just joining us right now. But so today's release will only have 1, Robin Hood Voodoo Dawn, $5.99 by Joe Brusha. I won't be having a featured guest today, so it's just me and the comments I'll be reading and going along. But here are all of the covers. This is cover A. Artists below. I feel like we've seen a lot of Ivan Nunes and like obviously Igor Vitorino as well, but Ivan Nunes did 2 covers on this, which you'll see the next one. Cover A, very vibrant. I always love a good cover A. And then here's cover B is about to pop up. And this is my favorite cover. This was my pick of the week. I like a fighting cover, and I like that it always reminds me of a movie where like 2 villains are fighting, and that's what the poster is. And then we have cover C as well. So here are all the covers. Again, $5.99 for the story. Voodoo Dawn by Joe Brusha. the one and only. So we'll dive in. I am copying the web link so you guys can order in case you want to immediately order. And I'll read the synopsis for everybody. Dark magic and evil rituals are two things ROBYN's life knows almost too well. And this day won't be any different. Something deadly is coming for our favorite vigilante archer, and ROBYN is going to be in a fight for her soul. Ooh, clever. I love when they write clever stuff. When she takes on the mysterious Voodoo Dawn. So as I mentioned before, there is a connection between Mystere's Voodoo Dawn and Robin Hood's Voodoo Dawn, and you'll have to read the story to figure out what the connection is. But what I will say is, like, what are the chances that the spirit was first in NOLA and has made its way to Harlem? So, like, that should be your connection right there. Cough, cough. The villain has gone both places. Apparently, there's only two places they can go in the United States, and that is Harlem and NOLA. And before you know it, they'll probably end up, you know, going to wherever the cryptids of Man Goat and the Bunny Man go. Kind of makes me laugh. But so, I'm seeing Matt's comment right here. Our next retailer stream is actually Tuesday. I'm going to go over all the stuff that we have upcoming, which is a lot of stuff over the next couple of days, including our virtual con. But really quick to dive into the book. The book's really, really great. Takes you in the drop of the story. You already are introduced, as I mentioned before, spoilers to the villain, so you have an idea of what's happening in the story. I know Robin Hood is one of our most popular characters. She's super great immediately right off the bat. And I think in the beginning, she's like a little confused what's going on. But, you know, I love a good, maybe she gets guidance from other people. That's all I'll say. The end. Just check out the book, buy it. Really great read by Joe. So that's pretty much the quick recap of Robin Hood Voodoo Dawn. Again, $5.99. You can get it at our web store, buy it on the Comixology. And we don't have Joe on today, but he'll be back for another Voodoo. NCW. Wow. In the future. So a couple of fun announcements that we have coming up is we're right now in previews is Possessive, and we announced it yesterday. We've announced it last week on the stream, but we did a whole press about it by the creators of the Goldbergs, and I love this image. We see it all the time. It's so gonna be such a fun story. Mango and the Bunny Man, as we know, has sold out, which is incredible. And issue 2 drops next week, which I'll dive into a little bit. But that's why I think this is just going to be such a big hit for us. So it's The Grudge meets Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And I'm sure that we have some The Grudge fans out there. One time this is a quick tangent I'm going to say, but I was talking about The Grudge with Ralph, and I said, is it the remake Grudge or the original Grudge? And he's like, it's the original, the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar. And I was like, Ralph, you uncultured person. That is not the OG Grudge. That is not the OG. I'm talking the foreign Grudge. And then, to be fair, in his defense, they did recently remake Grudge. And it was horrible. So the end. But so I'm going to drop this here. If you guys want to read about what the book is about, everything, you can check out our press release that we dropped yesterday. Make sure that you tell everybody about it, or make sure that your local comic shop will be having it and for your subscription so you can check it out. The other thing I'm going to ask on this stream is, thank you, Rob. I hope Ralph's watching this. He's probably not, but he really needs some backstory. I heard there was a Grudge TV show. I don't really know much about it, though. I watched one episode and thought it was kind of boring, which is sad because it seemed right up my alley. But so I wanted to ask something of you guys. You guys are awesome. You're such passionate people. You're so loyal to this brand. And I'd really appreciate it if you would write some things that you feel for Zenescope and email it to us. You do all the time, but we definitely want to start including it in our comics, all like the testimonials you guys have about Zenescope, to get other people to read and for them to understand how incredible everybody is and how incredible the work we have is, because we have a really, really great team. So make sure, if you want to email me, you can always send me a note. It's Amber period Curtis at Zenescope.com of what your quick thoughts are about a certain book or anything like that, so we can publish it in future comics. I'll bring that more up next week. So before we log off, because I'm trying to make this as quick as possible, again, today's book was Robyn Hood, Voodoo Dawn, $5.99 by Joe Brusha. We had 3 covers right here. Cover A, cover B, and cover C. You can put in the comments which one is your favorite. My favorite cover is cover B. Love cover B. I think all the covers are great, but I always have to pick one every week. So here's on the agenda of what's happening over the next couple of days. Oh, and let me just remind everybody. Today's square was D1. So I'll repost that on the bottom so you can see. And then we'll be unveiling more of the treasure squares tomorrow and throughout our entire virtual con. So make sure you guys are there, because as you all know, we're giving away a PS5 and only one person's going to get it. And it's really, really awesome. So I'm very, very excited. Ooh, we got some cover C's. A lot of people like cover C, which is great. That's the image that Ralph used to create the post. I always like a good, just kind of portrait style. It's not a portrait, but just a full on, so we could see what she's wearing for that issue. Anyway, like I said before, today's issue, Voodoo Dawn, Robyn Hood. If you haven't read Mystere's Voodoo Dawn, you will be a little lost. So make sure you go back a couple of weeks ago to watch that video where we talk about Mystere's Voodoo Dawn. I had Joe on that week. It was really great. And then read Robyn Hood, because there is a connection, as I mentioned before, but I cannot spoil it for you. So next week, the second issue of Mango and the Bunnyman will drop. The first issue, as I mentioned earlier on the stream, has officially sold out, which is incredible. I'm so happy. Joe, Ralph, and Dave did an incredible job. Such a zany storyline. Quick side note, Dave just has the craziest ideas. Like, I know this was a team effort, but I talked to Dave and I'm like, what's going on up there? Like, Dave, what's going on up there? You're so talented. But the second issue drops next week. We will have a special guest on. I don't want to say who it will be. I will say that the interview took place in a disclosed location again. We did have Joe Cotton on last time, and we will have another friend of Mango and the Bunnyman making an appearance. So we're very excited. Our virtual convention kicks off tomorrow. What? I'm so excited. And tomorrow, for you guys who don't know, it is actually Ralph's birthday. It is Ralph's birthday. He is turning a young 35. He'll be 35 years old. That's right, Ralph. I hope you're listening so you hear that I say that. But here's our whole lineup for the entire weekend. Tomorrow, we're going to play a really fun game called An Evening with Ralph, and the audience is going to play with us. So make sure that you guys are there from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow. As well as we'll have Friday some special guest appearances. We will be having Ray Santiago from Ash versus the Evil Dead, which I'm a huge fan. You can see the graphic there. He's going to come on. The new video is dropping. The new video game is dropping later this year. So if you hop on, you'll get to hear all about that. It's one of the most anticipated games of 2021. We'll also have Rashad Santiago. We have 2 Santiagos on tomorrow, which is kind of crazy. Rashad will be on to talk about his win on Face Off. So they'll both be on Friday. Thursday, the special guest is Ralph because it's his birthday. And then on Saturday, we'll be hosting the cosplay contest. We've gotten contact with some incredible finalists. You guys are really going to like the cosplays. So make sure you're there. So the schedule is tomorrow, 6 to 8 p.m., Saturday from 1 to 5 p.m., and then Friday from 1 to 5 p.m., and then Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. So in addition, we will be having Movie Club next Friday as well, May 28th at 6 p.m. Eastern. And as Chris announced on our retailer stream, our special retailer stream for Bank, we will be having Sam Jones, the one and only Flash Gordon. Very, very excited. It's going to be an awesome interview. So make sure you join us next Friday at 6 p.m. And Sun, as always, will be unveiling her Flash Gordon covers. Next Tuesday, we are doing a virtual live stream, and it is with Gotham City Comics. So we'll have more information to come, but I can't wait to see everybody next Tuesday at 4 p.m. as well. So here's like the whole lineup before I hop off. On tomorrow will be day 1 of Cosplay Virtual Con. Then we'll have day 2 on Friday, then day 3 on Saturday. Also, write in the comments what you think we're going to cosplay as, because we all have costumes. Then the following Tuesday, we're doing a retailer stream with Gotham City. Then Wednesday, NCW with me again. And then on Friday, we'll be doing movie club. So the next week is just jam-packed, which is really, really crazy. Finally, thank you guys all for being here today. I love seeing all the comments. Again, if you came on for the square is D1. Today's release was Robyn Hood Voodoo Dawn, $5.99 in our store. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday to hear us talk about the newest releases on NCW. That's it for our 8th edition of NCW, where I'm definitely not going to go find that voodoo doll of Ralph and pin it a couple of times.